Yesterday I have officially moved in with my step-siblings. I'm feeling uncomfortable. So, my mom and dad were never married and I was kind of a whoops. Today I went from an only child to the youngest of 4. It's me 13M, my stepsister 15F, my other stepsister 17F and my stepbrother 17M. I don't really like how the house is. It's loud, I can hear my brother yelling at video games. Feel awkward sleeping with my shirt off because I like my door open when I sleep. My everything is out of order and I don't know what to do. I like my step-siblings. They call me Lil Bro and my 15F stepsister is happy she isn't the youngest anymore. I live with them full time as well because their mom passed 11 years ago from cancer. I just don't know what to do. TD, LRM not used to being a little brother T_T. Moving in can be overwhelming for the first bit. It takes a while to settle. It's a new environment with new people. You'll feel a bit out of place for a while and then you'll settle in and think of it as your home. Seriously, it's a learning curve. You will most certainly adjust and they will too. Added family dynamic. Make sure you allow yourself your space to retreat to if you need to. It's strange having people my age around at all times, especially since they are legally my siblings. Like TF, do siblings do lol. If you like the step-sibs, then you've literally won the lottery. Seriously, that's the hard part. Some people get stuck with jerks. Normalness will come with time. Good luck. You'll adjust. If you need some alone/quiet time, maybe go for walks outside or find a spot that feels like yours. When it's safe, maybe try the library. You'll adjust. They like you, so that's a good start. There'll be a period of adjustment, and you'll settle into a groove. Be patient, and good luck. Wait, do you think they like me? My F26 boyfriend, M36, corrects me and makes me feel stupid. I've been dating my boyfriend for nearly a year now. He has many amazing qualities and is very intelligent. But, he corrects me, or mansplains things to me constantly, whether I'm wrong or not. Being corrected doesn't really bother me. I enjoy learning and I definitely enjoy his knowledge. It's just that he can be so rude and almost demeaning sometimes. If I'm talking about something he already knows, he interrupts me to finish what I'm saying. If I make a mistake or am wrong about something, he will interrupt me and correct me, and even go into a lesson about why I'm wrong. As an example, recently, he was saying something about car and asked if I even knew what the pedals did, which was a leading question already. I said one makes the car go and the other makes it stop, and says wrong, goes on a 20-minute rant about how engines work, how transmissions work, how brakes works, the different types of fluids. Nothing I was particularly interested in, but I listened and tried to understand. If he is questioning anything I say, even if he doesn't know, he will Google it while we are talking, in the hopes to correct me, even if I'm right about what I'm talking about. And this can be about anything and everything. Oftentimes the smaller the thing he's correcting me on, the bigger deal it seems. But when roles are reversed, he cannot handle being corrected. He gets very frustrated when interrupted when he's talking, even if I don't mean to interrupt him. Actually, don't often correct him anymore about small things anymore because he gets so defensive, which makes him correcting me so strongly about small things even more frustrating. My best friend told me that she felt like he treated and talked to me like I was a child when she first met him. And sometimes, I do feel that way as well, like I'm being talked at instead of to. I've brought up all of these things to him and in couples therapy, and while he acknowledges it, and has even admitted it's an issue with his ego, but when he is angry or frustrated or even having a stressful day, it gets worse, like it's uncontrollable to him, and addressing it in the moment often just makes him very defensive and causes heated arguments. Anyone have experience in something like this from either side? I'm feeling like I'm getting close to my wits with this relationship over the way he talks to me, which to me seems like a pretty easy fix. I have definitely curated the way I talk to him based on our experiences. Too long didn't read. My boyfriend corrects me constantly by being demeaning, but gets incredibly defensive when corrected, and it's making me question if the relationship is going to work. He quizzed you about how cars work. Why? This all sounds super annoying and frustrating. If you're in therapy together and he still refuses to change, and at his age he may never, you should consider ending the relationship. He quizzed you about how cars work. Why? Because he likes to make her feel stupid. That's not an incidental consequence of him explaining things, it's his intention. He trapped her into a trick question so he could talk down to her. He is an insufferable ass. Why would you want to waste any additional time with him? Mid-30s male belittles his much younger mid-20s partner, and then can't handle being corrected in a much politer way than what he does by said younger partner. Do I need to spell it out? He likes believing he is better than you. I doubt he's ever going to change. What an egotistical child. Dump him. Dump him. Sounds completely exhausting. You have told him about it, you have tried couples counseling, and he's admitted he has an issue. And yet, nothing actually changes. Probably because he doesn't care enough to change it. Wonder if he started dating someone 10 years younger than him because he enjoys the dynamic of being more experienced and knowledgeable than his partner. Honestly, I am a big proponent of couples counseling, but if your relationship can't even survive its first year without professional assistance, that's not a relationship you want to be in. I dated someone like this and it broke the relationship. I felt that they were being super condescending towards me, that they were talking down to me. Majority of the stuff they would correct was super inane and didn't matter, or it was just totally a matter of their opinion which somehow had to be correct. It just got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore and I just basically stopped talking to them because of it. It seemed like a small issue at the beginning but because a major problem. My 23F mom was just diagnosed with cancer. Roommate/friend, 22F, blew up on me for not hanging out with her and said my family issues aren't an excuse to be a bad friend. Am I overreacting by not wanting to be friends anymore? I moved in with my roommate D 2 months ago and it's completely changed our friendship. I live with her and her best friend K. They've known each other for 7 years, and I've known D for only 1. Since moving in, I've noticed some bizarre behavior from D towards both K and I. Examples include, 1. D calling K when she visited her grandparents for 3 days and asking if she's planning to come home soon or if she is fine with wasting her rent. 2. Texting both K and I whenever either of us is not home and asking when we will be home. 3. Getting upset with me for being in my room with my boyfriend when he comes over, and urging us to come to the living room and hang out all together instead. The list goes on, and after sitting down and talking with Kay to get some insight, not coming from a place of shit talking but rather, hey, I've been noticing these things and I know you've been friends for a while, so I was wondering if this is normal for her and how you suggest I handle it. I've learned that she always likes to be included in everyone's plans and does not like to be alone, thus the weird almost parent-like dynamic of her always wanting to know where we are. Kay said she has always been this way, and that she doesn't like it either but knows it will not change. This would have been manageable and something I'd be willing to talk about with her and resolve, if not for a recent incident that honestly turned me off from wanting to be her friend entirely. I was leaving to hang out with my childhood best friend, who I've introduced D to. The three of us hang out frequently, but on this particular day my friend Jay and I had plans for just us two. No big deal, D and Jay just met 2 months ago anyway. About 30 minutes after I leave I get a text from her saying you're fucked up for not inviting me and thinking I wouldn't notice. I don't fuck with that bullshit, so keep that in mind. I'm of course thrown off by this, but I try and empathize and tell her I apologize for not considering how she might have wanted to come. I assume we're all good. The part that really set me off is once I came home, she's all fake smiles and tells me it's okay and that she loves me, but then I find out she texted Kay saying I don't care if she's going through things with her mom. That's not an excuse to treat me like shit. My mom was diagnosed with cancer this month, I'm extremely disturbed by her ability to say that confidently and think she's somehow a priority and that it was necessary for her to lash out because I hung out with my friend without extending the invitation. I recognize that cutting ties and moving out might be unrealistic, but am I crazy for wanting to? Too long didn't read. My friend/new roommate of 2 months who dislikes being alone and wants to be included in everything lashed out on me for hanging out with someone without her, and said that just because my mom was recently diagnosed with cancer doesn't mean I have an excuse to treat people like shit. Am I rational for having no desire to fix this, but rather accept the red flags and move on from this friendship? Update: sat down and spoke with her. She basically threatened me and said I'm not even that angry right now. Do you want to see me get angry because I can do that for you while smiling like an absolute psychopath? Told me family members get sick, we get depressed, it doesn't matter, it's still not hard to invite someone out, and eventually stormed out of the apartment because I was making her feel like a bad person. Making arrangements to move back in with my parents for the time being. Thanks everyone for the support/advice. I think the best thing for you is to move on. Dee's behavior sounds a bit sinister to me, so please be careful. Good luck with whatever you decide. Hope you're not crazy. She is. Leave while you still can. There is a movie called Single White Female. Rent it without your friend finding out. You need to get away from her ASAP. He sounds absolutely insane. Fuck everything NDR run. I'm very sorry about your mom's diagnosis. As for your roommate, she doesn't need to change her feelings, but she can, and knows she can, change her actions. She doesn't have to text you incessantly, she chooses to do so because your feelings and comfort don't matter to her. Block her. Seriously, just block her. Make one social media channel for discussions about cohabiting, and answer questions only on topic, rent, chore schedules, routine, letting roommates know that you'll be away for a weekend, etc. Do not engage, at all, when she wants to know where you are and what you're doing. Do not apologize for not including her in your social life. That feeds into a warped perception that she has to be included, and that not including her is wrong. If you don't want to block her, ignoring her still stands. Let her know that you understand she's this way and doesn't intend to change, but that you're changing the relationship on your end. What you're trying to do is appease her to keep the peace. The problem is, there's no appeasing such toxic control freaks. You only moved in recently. You need to set the foundation on which this roommate situation will continue.